Senior Connections, a show about senior issues and events. A guide to active independent living. With your hosts, Margie Toms and Janet Halliday.
Welcome to Senior Connections. I'm Margie Wimberly Toms.
And I'm Janet Halliday. Today we're going to talk about a really important subject called long-term care insurance. Yes. And I know everybody that I've ever talked to about it says, oh, it's way too expensive. Well, let me tell you that the average cost for a private pay room in a nursing home is $72,635 as of today. And for a semi-private room, it is $64,605. Now, if you want to stay at home with 8 hours of care for 20 days a month, that's going to run you somewhere between $34,560 and $36,480 per year based on, like I said, an 8-hour day. Now, those are some staggering numbers, and there's nothing I know that's going to give you a good return and allow you to pay that kind of yearly rate. So today we are talking with Stewart Smith. He is a financial advisor from Mutual of Omaha Financial Assistance, or advisors, I'm sorry. And we are going to be talking specifically about long-term care insurance. He's probably got other products, but today he's in the hot seat for long-term care.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, Stewart.
Welcome, Stewart. Why don't you tell us, okay, and our viewers, what actually is long-term care insurance and why should we need it?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me today to address this very serious issue.
Oh, it is.
Long-term care is actually, it's kind of a mystery to a lot of people, but what it refers to is care that's received as a result of an interruption in activities of daily living. Things like eating and bathing, dressing, transferring.
Yes. Things we take for granted.
Absolutely, and most people aren't aware that, you know, your traditional health insurance type policies and Medicare Part A and B and even a good Medicare supplement, they just don't cover these type of services.
Now that's where there's a lot of misconception when I talk to people, because I have my long-term care insurance license. Although I've never sold any of it, I wanted to know a lot about it. But they say, oh, but Medicare will pay for a nursing home stay. Tell them what that's not true.
Well, there is very limited coverage under Medicare. Most typically it's going to cover in the neighborhood of about 100 days of different types of services, but there's contingencies that you have to meet for that, so that's not even a given. So, you know, this is an issue that as I sit down with people and do retirement planning, it's getting to be a very, very serious issue that we just have to address. We have to address.
So in other words, Medicare pays very little. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
So don't count on it to carry you all the way through. What about Medicaid?
Medicaid, even Medicaid, you know, there would be coverage available in a special Medicaid approved facility, and typically that's, you know, very limited. Again, I mean, those facilities are not, there's a lot of private pay facilities out there. There's a lot less Medicaid approved facilities.
Well, Medicaid, the state actually dictates the number of Medicaid beds, but you have to spend down to, I think it's a $2,000 limit for assets. So you basically are impoverished to meet the Medicaid criteria. Now, I know that the Medicare, like I said, misconception is that it will pay for 20 days of rehab with a qualified stay in the hospital. Now, we're not going to get into all that because that's a different show, but that's the misconception out there.
Yes.
that these things are paying for it. And we've already used up our first segment, so we are going to go to break and go to seniorconnectionssc.com, learn all about our sponsors, look at the events. There are events all over the Midlands area that you need to attend, and we'll be right back with more from Stewart.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler, and I'm here to tell homeowners that are 62 and older about a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage.
A reverse mortgage can give you tax-free cash, no monthly mortgage payments, and you still own your home.
Call Larry Reed now, your local expert, to find out if you qualify.
Ask for your free reverse mortgage guide and DVD. And when you call now, you'll also get this lighted magnifier absolutely free.
I live alone and rarely have visitors. So when I slipped and fell in the kitchen last month and couldn't get to a phone, I knew I was in trouble.
Help!
I could barely move.
Help!
I tried calling for help, but no one could hear me. As I lay there, I couldn't help but think of my kids and grandkids having to go on without me. I was terrified. It took 8 hours for my neighbor to find me. It could have been the end of me. That's when I knew I needed Life Alert. With just one press of this button, I'm connected to the Life Alert Center, where I can get the help I need, even when I cannot reach a phone. With Life Alert, I'm never alone.
We save a life from a catastrophe every 11 minutes. For a free Life Alert brochure, call 800-485-5621. That's 800-485-5621. Call 800-485-5621 today.
Don't compromise, mobilize with All Medical.
Enhance your mobility and independence with a van from All Medical. Choose from a Dodge Caravan or a Honda Odyssey and customize it for your needs. Whether you're slightly ambulatory or in a wheelchair, you'll enjoy knowing you can get around town whenever you want. You depend on All Medical to provide services and products to fit your lifestyle. Now call on All Medical to take you that extra mile.
Don't compromise, mobilize with All Medical.
At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help. Each patient has a team dedicated to providing emotional, medical, and spiritual support.
At Heartstrings Hospice, we will ensure the time that you have together will allow you to be just her son and you to be just her daughter, because you shouldn't have to be anything else. At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help.
Are you or someone you love having difficulty getting into the tub for a bath or unable to stand in the shower? Call Comar Products today for help with safe, comfortable, independent bathing solutions. We specialize in products like walk-in tubs and roll-in showers. Our walk-in tubs feature hydrotherapy technology, so your bath is always warm and may even increase blood flow circulation and reduce swelling. Call Comar today to schedule your showroom appointment or visit us at 1759 Airport Boulevard in Casey.
Welcome back to Senior Connections. We are talking to Stewart Smith, representative from long-term care of Mutual of Omaha. Now, I don't know, what kinds of care does long-term care insurance cover?
Well, it's going to cover a wide array of different services.
Yeah.
It's going to cover everything from nursing home care, assisted living care. It's going to cover adult daycare services, rehab services, and the most popular among all my clients that I've seen is they want to stay home. In-home health care has become extremely popular today, and what people want to control that they stay in their homes as long as possible. So we, to have a good policy that covers the in-home health care is critical nowadays.
Well, I don't want to do a commercial for Mutual of Omaha, obviously, but I was on and I reviewed one of their policies, and one of the things that I found very unique about Mutual of Omaha policy was the benefit that allows you to receive 35% of your monthly benefit, which would be the amount the insurance pays on a monthly basis, you can get that, and if I read it correctly, day one to either help pay for a caregiver or maybe help a family member or to buy maybe durable medical equipment, whatever you need, because cash flow is a huge issue when somebody's getting discharged from a rehab unit or hospital. You've got to have that money immediately.
Absolutely. Yeah, our cash benefit has no elimination period on it. So the minute that you're eligible to go on claim, you can collect the cash benefit. It is extremely popular with people in that they, don't want to necessarily, you have the choice to either do the cash benefit or the reimbursement benefit under the same policy with us, which is really nice because you can switch back and forth. So a lot of people don't want to deal with having to send in receipts and get reimbursed for the different services that they received and have to justify things to the insurance company. With that cash benefit, we send you the cash payment. It can be used for really anything you'd like it to be.
So, Stewart, now to go on a claim, then what kind of certification, validation, whatever term you want to give it, what is required to go on claim?
Well, what most policies dictate is that 2 of your activities of daily living have been interrupted. There's also kind of a third qualification where if you have significant cognitive impairment and just aren't able to maybe take your medications the way you're supposed to, or you're having problems with dementia and that sort of thing, it's just going to automatically trigger benefits. We actually have the option to have like a care coordinator assigned who can kind of help you through that and help you to get that certified and get those things so that they can get your claim handled for you, and that helps a lot.
So you cover most of the diseases that people may have when it comes to long-term care, right?
Anything that's going to cause you to lose those activities of daily living.
Sure. Now, there's been a rise in dementia, as you probably know. How is that affecting long-term care? Has it had any effect, in terms of that rise, in terms of your aspect of it?
Absolutely. If people read the paper this last Thursday, there was an article that was very interesting here in the state paper.
Yes, you know about it.
That actually said that the cost to care for dementia now has outgrown the cost to care for cancer or heart disease, which is staggering to me. If you look at that, they're estimating that the costs are going to double within the next 25 years. And the other ones are a little more stable. I mean, those are a little more, they're not growing like that. So
I'm going to have to interrupt you, and we'll come back to that after this break from. And again, if you have need for our sponsor services, please give them a call and check out our website, seniorconnectionssc.com. Be right back.
Woodash is having a mattress sale. Why pay thousands of dollars for a Visco memory foam mattress when you can get a complete 2-piece queen set at Woodash for $3.99? This quality mattress layered with Visco memory foam features a cool, comfortable quilted top for a comfortable, cool sleep every night. Highly resilient, highly durable, and best of all, at a discount price starting at just $3.99 for the 2-piece queen set. For the lowest discount prices featuring Visco memory foam mattresses starting at $3.99, shop Woodash today. Woodash, located in the heart of the Vista, 919 Gervais.
I live alone, so when I slipped and fell in the kitchen last month and couldn't get to a phone, That's when I knew I needed Life Alert. With just one press of this button, I'm connected to the Life Alert Center, where I can get the help I need, even when I cannot reach a phone. With Life Alert, I'm never alone.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 800-485-5621. That's 800-485-5621. Call 800-485-5621 today.
At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help. Each patient has a team dedicated to providing emotional, medical, and spiritual support.
At Heartstrings Hospice, we will ensure the time that you have together will allow you to be just her son and you to be just her daughter, because you shouldn't have to be anything else. At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help.
As large corporations continue to take over local businesses, Carnegie and Mosley Funeral Home is still family-owned and independent. They believe that bigger doesn't mean better, and people always come before profits. That trust is earned, not bought. The Carnegie and Mosley family has been serving families since 1884. Carnegie and Mosley Funeral Home, they are your neighbors, and you'll appreciate the difference.
Welcome back to Senior Connections. We're talking to Stewart Smith, who's talking about long-term care. Why don't you tell us the actual process, okay, in terms of how one would get into long-term care insurance?
Okay. Really, the process can be actually quite lengthy. I know that you have to medically qualify for coverage, which you know I urge people constantly to do it as early as possible while you're healthy. And you know, and so the older you get, the harder the process gets. I know that.
And the more costly the process gets.
Absolutely, because the coverage, the price of the coverage is actually based on your attained age when you actually buy the coverage. So it can be, if you're, you know, the average person is buying it, according to a consumer study that we just did at Mutual of Omaha, about age 60. I'm seeing personally that it's actually getting into the 50s, and I've even had people buy it in their late 40s. So, you know, it's an application process, of course, and then a very thorough phone interview typically. Now, over certain ages, you actually have to do a face-to-face interview. And then there are ages where you would actually have to go see a physician.
Now you have to submit your medical records for review so that they can go through that. Certain elimination factors would be, give us some examples.
Well, of course, if you are receiving any type of care already, then you're automatically going to be out for that. But any kind of major illnesses are going to like really...
COPD, maybe some types of cancer.
Heart disease,
those
type of things are going to be very difficult. Now, it may not completely disqualify you, but it may make it a little more expensive for you. So,
now I know some companies, do offer long-term care insurance to their employees while you're still working. You probably know about that. Is there a difference there because you're working, but you want to take out that insurance? Is it a different kind of policy that would be made out?
It is. When you offer it in the workplace, it's a little different product. It's going to have a little less stringent underwriting involved in it. It's really nice because long-term care, a lot of employers don't know that it's not really subject to ERISA laws. You can do a carve-out and just pick the people that are more appropriate to offer the coverage to. Any kind of payments that the company makes on behalf of an employee, there's I'm not a CPA, but there are some tax advantages to that. So that can be beneficial as well.
Now, I know obviously you represent Mutual of Omaha, and I told you earlier one of the things that I liked about the cash benefit, but you also offer some discounts if you purchase, like you're married and you both purchase at the same time, and what are the other two?
We offer even if you are not married, but you have another adult living in the household with you, there's a discount associated with that. We have different association groups that are set up that would allow you to get a discount. And also, if you own your Medicare supplement with Mutual of Omaha and you buy long-term care from us, there's an additional discount associated with
That's good to know.
Now, Stewart, one of the incentives for purchasing long-term care, because Margie and I, you know, between segments we've talked about people who can't afford it, and a lot of people can't. But for those who can, there's the partnership, the state partnership Act, I think it is, that says that if you purchase what they consider to be a qualified plan, and that would be one with what, an inflation rider, and then what's the value on the policy?
Well, it varies from state to state as far as what qualifies for a partnership program. But here in South Carolina, it's really, there's no minimum benefit. It's more associated with the inflation rider that has to be on there. I'd have to look to tell you the exact specifics, but in general, what it allows you to do.
And we're gonna take our fourth and final break. And again, go to seniorconnectionssc.com, check out those events, look at our sponsors. There's the web connections and contact information. And we'll return after these words from our wonderful sponsors.
Are you or someone you love having difficulty getting into the tub for a bath? Unable to stand in the shower? Call Comar Products, where we specialize in products like walk-in tubs and roll-in showers. Call for an appointment or visit us at 1759 Airport Boulevard in Casey.
Woodash is having a mattress sale. Why pay thousands of dollars for a Visco memory foam mattress when you can get a complete two-piece queen set at Woodash for $3.99? This quality mattress layered with Visco memory foam features a cool, comfortable quilted top for a comfortable, cool sleep every night. Highly resilient, highly durable, and best of all, at a discount price starting at just $3.99 for the two-piece queen set. For the lowest discount prices featuring Visco memory foam mattresses starting at $3.99, shop Woodash today. Woodash, located in the heart of the Vista, 919 Gervais.
Attention, catheter patients on Medicare.
I use catheters, and if you do too, please listen carefully. There is a new catheter that hurts less, and you can get a free sample by calling this number now.
Pain and urinary tract infections have been avoided by many of my patients. These new disposable catheters hurt less. It's an incredible new design that reduces pain. The eyelets are polished, so they glide smoothly and effortlessly across your sensitive skin. Call now and get a free sample. Medicare and your insurance will pay for up to 200 of these catheters per month, all at little or no cost to you.
Call now for your free sample. It will arrive with a complete 90-day order, and if it doesn't reduce your pain, we'll pick them up for free.
Please call 1-800-394-8763. That's 1-800-394-8763. 1-800-394-8763.
Are you or someone you love having difficulty getting into the tub for a bath? Unable to stand in the shower? Call Comar Products, where we specialize in products like walk-in tubs and roll-in showers. Call for an appointment or visit us at 1759 Airport Boulevard in Casey.
Welcome back to Senior Connections. We are continuing our conversation with Stewart Smith, talking about long-term care. Stewart, you had started speaking about the partnership program a little just before we went to break. Can you continue giving us a little info on that?
Of course. In its simplest form, what the partnership agreement says is it's an agreement between federal agencies, state agencies, and private insurance companies that allows for, if you own long-term care insurance and you exhaust your benefits and maybe you're trying to qualify for Medicaid at this point, then the original amount of benefit that you bought on your long-term care policy you can have that much in assets that are not counted towards your qualification for Medicaid. So I think what that's saying is, if you can't afford the fullest policy, if you can't afford the richest policy with all the benefits, buy what you can afford.
I see.
Because you're protecting, especially if you have a spouse that you don't want to leave impoverished because of your long-term care issues. I think that's vitally important.
Right. I tell folks, you know, if the policy is worth $250,000, kind of the essence is that you know, that spin down to $2,000. If the policy is worth $250,000, they can't touch $250,000 worth of your assets. Then it will still qualify you for Medicaid should you need it.
I see.
There's not, I mean, you know, people who have a lot of money, you can go through a lot of money in a very short period of time when you consider it's $74,000 a year. And so this idea, I'll never be on Medicaid, it is very erroneous. Yes. I mean, even if you have a long-term care policy that maybe is 3 years or 5 years, we are all living longer. We are outliving our money. We need to be thinking about these things. And right now, it says you're a financial advisor, if there is anything I could put my money in to earn the kind of return necessary to purchase or pay for long-term care, I want you to tell me what it is, other than to buy a policy. Because, you know, everybody is so concerned about the cost. I just think you cannot ask for a better product.
Absolutely. I would say that to address this issue and really address it, there's nothing that I can sit here and recommend. A lot of people come to me and they say, you know, look, I want to self-insure for this, and you know, you can do that, but when I tell them the kind of numbers that it's going to take for us to set aside should they have a long-term care issue, we always end up moving back to the insurance. So it's extremely important. The one thing, when I sit down and do retirement planning with people, it has to be addressed, because if you fail to plan for these type of issues, then you've worked very hard to accumulate assets, and your retirement is looking exactly the picture that you wanted it to look like. You or your spouse has a long-term care issue, and all of a sudden, I mean, you are watching assets evaporate.
And we're going to have to close. Thank you so much, Stewart, for being with us today.
Stuart,
and if you have not purchased a long-term care policy, please give Stewart a call. If he hasn't got the policy for you, I know he has a ton of friends that might have. There are several carriers out there, and obviously not every plan fits everybody. So again, please go to our website at seniorconnectionssc.com and check out our sponsors, those events, and also pick up your copy of Senior Living Guide. And thanks for being with us today.
Yes, we will see you next week, and the Lord be with you.